The aiming script allows the line to rotate around the ball in response to the player's input. The code has public variables for the ball, the rotation speed, and two angle limits, max angle and min angle. The update function checks for the player's input for the D and A keys, which correspond to rotating the line object. The rotation is achieved using the transform.rotateAround method. It restricts the vertical rotation of the aiming object so the player can't aim upwards. The code then clamps the angle value between the min angle and max angle, then the script sets the rotation of the line object using the quaternion.euler function. Overall, this script enables the player to aim the object around the ball object while restricting the vertical angle to a specified range. The ball controller script controls the behavior of the ball that can be shot in a direction with a variable amount of force. The ball controller script has 8 variables: base force, force increment, max force, min force, source for the audio, and W color and S color. The script has 2 methods. In void update, if the spacebar is pressed and the ball is not moving, the shoot method is called to shoot the ball. If the W or S keys are pressed, the current force variable is increased or decreased accordingly, and the current force variable is clamped between min force and max force. Void shoot is called by the update method, which shoots the ball in the direction of the line object. The amount of force applied is determined by adding base force and current force, and the ball is launched using add force with force mode.impulse. After the ball is shot, current force is reset to 0 to stop it from rolling. The move around object script allows the player to move around an object using the mouse. The script is attached to the camera and requires a target object to be set, which the camera will move around. The script first declares a private variable for mouse sensitivity, which is how much the camera will move in response to mouse movement. The script also has a private variable for the current rotation and a smooth velocity variable, which is used to smooth the camera movement. In the update function, it gets the mouse input and modifies the rotation variables accordingly. The rotation is then clamped to a specific range using the rotation x min-max variable. The next few lines of code calculate the next rotation vector and smoothly dump the current rotation towards that vector. The camera position is then set to be a certain distance away from the target object in the direction that the camera is facing. The teleport script implements a teleportation functionality where the ball collides with the collider of the teleport bottle. When the collision occurs, it starts a coroutine that waits for 1 second and then teleports the ball to the position of the second teleporter location. The teleporter and the ball are serialized fields, which means they can be assigned in the inspector view in the Unity editor. A sound effect plays when the teleportation occurs. When the on trigger enter collides with the ball, it starts the teleport's coroutine. The coroutine waits for 1 second and then teleports the ball to the position of the second teleporter. It uses the wait for seconds function to wait for 1 second before executing the next line of code. The position of the teleporter is used to set the position of the ball using the transform.position property. The random velocity script creates a random velocity effect when the player collides with the object with a random velocity tag. The script applies a force to the player in a random direction within a specified angle range. The force applied is determined by the push force variable. The anti-gravity script creates an anti-gravity effect when the player collides with a specific object tagged as levitation. The script has 2 variables, anti-gravity force and gravity delay. The script has 2 methods. In on-trigger enter, the ball collides with the anti-gravity object. It checks if the object collided with has a tag of levitation, and if so, it applies an anti-gravity force to the player and sets a timer for restoring the player's gravity. In update, if the player is currently in anti-gravity mode, it checks if the timer has expired, and if so, it restores the player's gravity. The finish script controls the behavior of a finish line in a game. The script has 3 variables: respawn, source for the audio, and clip for the audio. On trigger enter is called when a collider entered the trigger zone of the game object, which is the ball. If the collider has a tag of player, the respawn scene is loaded using scenemanager.loadScene, and then the sound effect is played. The fixed distance script is used to maintain a fixed distance between the line and the ball. The distance is set by the distance variable. The script uses the current position and velocity of the target object to predict its future position and then moves its object towards that position. The script also updates the last known position and velocity of the target object to be used in the next frame's calculation. The stay above floor script ensures that the line stays above the floor at a certain distance. It does this by casting a ray downwards from the object's position and checking if it hits the floor. If it does, it checks the distance between the object and the floor. If the distance is less than the desired distance, it calculates a new position for the object that is the desired distance above the floor and moves the object to that position. The script uses the physics.raycast method to cast a ray downwards from the object's position. If the ray hits an object, the script checks if the distance between the object and the floor is less than the desired distance. The script calculates a new position for the object by adding the desired distance to the y coordinate of the hit point hit point .y plus distance from floor. Finally, the script moves the object to the new position by setting its transform.position to the new position.